हेलो गाइस। इनसे हम अभी क्लास को सॉरी रोटेट ऑफ कर देता हूँ। मैं अभी क्लास को स्टॉप किया हूँ। क्लास तुम्हारी कंटिन्यू होगी बट अभी थोड़ा सिचुएशन के अकॉर्डिंग हमारी होगी। अभी हम सिर्फ इंग्लिश को रीड करना सीखेंगे। ठीक, अभी ये हमारी वीकनेस है तो इसको पहले मैं स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लेता हूँ। स्ट्रॉन्ग करना चाहिए। ठीक, उसके बाद हम देन आफ्टर हम स्टार्ट करेंगे तब। ओके, हम आर्टिकल रीड करता हूँ इंग्लिश। ओके, चेंज योर सेल्फ फ्लर्ट नॉट द वर्ल्ड। वन डे द किंग लिटिल प्रिंस was playing in the open. A thorn pricked his foot and he began screaming. The king felt sorely distressed. He ordered that the entire garden where the boy played be cleaned up and capped with leather so the prince could play carefree. When he instructed his wise minister to implement the plan, the minister bowed and humbly submitted that the boy could have a chance to step. Okay, next हम रीड करते हैं। क्लियर नहीं आ रही क्या? ठीक, ओके। हर थिंकिंग ग्लोबल टूरिज्म रैंकिंग। ग्लोबल रैंकिंग आर frequently seen as importance scorecard, subtle yet powerful judgment judges of power performance. This is especially evident in tourism where such index exert an outsized influence on perception, policy direction, and investment decisions. Global ranking carry cute but formidable influence. They shape how countries are perceived, where capital flows, and which policy choices are prior- prioritized in tourism. Few instruments are as widely followed as the World Economic Forum Travel Tourism and Development Index TTDI. Governments track it closely. Investors rely on it as a proxy for credibility, and the media amplifies its finding with little interrogation. Yet, for all its authority, the index raises an importance question: does it truly measure comparative performance, or does it reflect a structural advantage? A closer reading of the 2024 ranking suggests a pattern that is difficult to ignore. High income economics, a copy 26 of the top 30 positions, with Europe alone accounting for 19. These are countries that already dominate global tourism, contributing over three-fourths of tourism GDP and nearly 70% of post-pandemic growth. The index, rather than disrupting this construction, appears to mirror it. What is presented as benchmarking therefore risks in becoming a reinforcement of exciting hierarchies The exemplation lies in part in the architecture of the index. The TTDI affixes equal weight to 17 pillars, treating a wide range of variables as throughout they evolve on similar timelines. In reality, they do not. Indicators such as the air connectivity, rail density, hotel capacity, and urban infrastructure are the product of decided or often countries of sustained investments. Advanced economies naturally perform strongly on these parameters when such legacy heavy indicators are given equal importance alongside recent reforms or policy innovation. The outcome becomes predictable. Countries that begin with an advantage continue to retain it. The result is a framework that trend to privilege historical accumulation over recent momentum. India's position offers a useful lens into this dynamic, ranked 39th above the global average and leading among comparable economics. It has nevertheless slipped since 2029, despite a significant improvement in aviation capacity, digital infrastructure, and tourism access. The global is subtle, uh, but importance progress is recognized, but it does not always translate into upward movement. Overlaying this structural rule issue is another challenge, which is scale. Nearly 15 indicators within the TTDI rally on per capita matrix for a country of India's size that creates an inherent statistical disadvantage even as infrastructure expands rapidly. In absolute term, per capita ration rare appear modest when compared to similar nations. This effect is further accentuated by the use of standardized population estimates, estimates which may not fully capture the most recent demographic dynamic, leading to scores that reflects arithmetic compression rather than actual capability. The methodology also down significantly on precision-based surveys, particularly from business respondents. Thence, these perceptions are with often ensured in benchmarks set by advantage stage economics. Countries operating within different cost to quality equilibria are therefore assessed against standard that may not fully reflect their context. The result is not necessarily a failure of performance, but a mismatch in expectations. Even players that appear inherently neutral, such a natural and cultural resources are influenced by factors beyond intrinsic value. Visibility plays a critical role. Digital footprint, footprint, branding strength, and global discoverability shape outcomes as much as the richness of the resource itself. Heritage that is less amplified globally risks being undervalued irrespective of its depth. Perhaps the most complex dimension is in the inclusion of variables that lie outside the immediate domain of tourism policy: credit rating, passport mobility, globalization index, and UNESCO listening are shaping by broader geopolitical and भाई बहुत है यार नहीं ठीक geopolitical and economic factor, yet they feed directly into tourism ranking, further titling the tilting the balance toward countries with long-standing structural advantage. Taken together, these elements create a system where progress is visible but not always sufficiently rewarded. Countries like India are acknowledged for that strength and trajectory, but moving significantly higher in the ranking often requires factors that take decades to build, such as deep infrastructure, global brand recall, and institutional maturity. This is not a critique of the index as much as it is a case for its evolution. If global ranking are to remain relevant in a rapidly changing world, they must increasingly distinguish between structural advantage, the policy effort, between scale and efficiency, and between perception and performance. Doing so would make them more reflective of contemporary realities and more useful as tools फॉर पॉलिसी मेकिंग। ओके भाई, मेरा यहाँ तक रीड हो गया और इतना ही स्टार्ट करेंगे। धीरे धीरे हम स्लोली हम स्टेप बाई स्टेप अपना जो हमारा इंग्लिश वीकनेस है इसको स्ट्रॉन्ग हम करेंगे। ठीक, नेवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मतलब नेवर एक्सक्यूजेज, आई एम ओनली एक्शन, वी एम ओनली एक्शन। ओके, थोड़ा काम आ गया तो सो देन राधे राधे एंड बाय एंड टेक केयर। शुभ प्रभात, गुड मॉर्निंग, टेक केयर, राधे राधे।